Hey everybody, today I want to talk about one specific bit of information that is completely inaccurate but just keeps going around and around and it never seems to die, and that is the idea that your SunSun filter is not UL listed or Underwriters Laboratories listed, and therefore if it ever leaks your insurance company wouldn't cover the damages, and so therefore I won't buy a SunSun filter. Just about everything about that statement is completely wrong, and we're going to go over all that. I'm going to explain why that's wrong, and I am actually going to give you some good advice at the end that is accurate and may be helpful to you, so stick around for that. First, however, I would invite you, if you are one of those people that wouldn't buy a SunSun because it's not UL listed, I would invite you to go look at your Fluval and show me where that says it's UL listed, because as far as I can tell, the Fluval is not. They are a product that is made in Italy, and in Italy they have absolutely no idea what the Underwriters Laboratory is. So, in case you don't know what the Underwriters Laboratory is, it is not any kind of government regulation. It's not some sort of certification that allows it to be sold in America. It has nothing to do with any of that. It is strictly, completely an advertising thing. They are an organization, they are a for-profit organization that will test your electrical equipment for a fee. You can pay them and they will test your electrical equipment, and if it passes their test, you can put their sticker, on your product, and therefore you can sell it saying, hey, this is a quality product. It passed all their tests. And that's all well and true. They do put it through rigorous testing, and if it does have their sticker on it, legitimately have their sticker on it, and they have several different degrees of listing, so you have to kind of look into what that really means. But that's just for advertising purposes. It has nothing to do with your insurance or anything like that. It doesn't have anything to do with whether it's legal to be sold or imported or none of that. It is strictly for advertising purposes. Furthermore, it is only for electrical appliances. So even if our SunSun and our Fluval filters were UL listed and they leaked, Underwriters Laboratories doesn't certify for gaskets and hoses and O-rings and that kind of stuff. They certify for electrical products. Now, having said that, just because it has a UL sticker on it and it's been tested doesn't mean it can't become faulty or become damaged over time. I'm sure that most of the house fires that happen due to faulty electrical equipment probably happen from UL certified items. Furthermore, I spoke with my insurance company, I spoke with my agent at length about this a few years ago, and he didn't even know what I was talking about. He never once in his life has ever asked anybody which appliance caught fire, was it UL listed. Again, that has absolutely nothing to do with your insurance or anything. It's strictly an advertising thing, and again, it's an American thing, and so I really don't think Fluval is UL listed. I certainly couldn't find anything that suggested they were UL listed. So again, if you're not going to buy the SunSun for that reason, you should probably stop buying Fluval products for the very same reason, or just get over it, because the UL listing has nothing to do with any of that. Now, I promised you I'd give you a little bit of good information at the end of this, and here it is. When I spoke to my insurance agent, he informed me that water damage is usually a very separate thing in your homeowners or your renter's insurance or whatever, and very few people actually have water damage in their policy. So it doesn't matter whether your filter is UL listed or not UL listed or whatever. If your filter leaks, if your aquarium leaks, if you leave the hose running in your other room, if your waterbed bursts, if your toilet overflows, if you have any kind of water damage in your home, it is probably not going to be covered. So if you are worried about that, then you should check your policy or add water damage to your policy or whatever. But if you've got a leaking filter that does enough damage that you need to file a claim, the UL stuff has nothing to do with any of it. The electrical components have nothing to do with any of it. It's going to be considered water damage, and it's probably not going to be covered unless you've made arrangements for that ahead of time. So there you go. I'm sure at some point I'm going to be shooting this video again. I think this is now the third time I've shot this video, but I will keep shooting it as long as this myth keeps going around and around and around. It just does not seem to die. Again, Nothing to do with your insurance. Don't worry about that, Underwriters Laboratories. It's advertising, and it's only for electrical components. It lets you know that everything's wired properly. It meets codes and specifications. Everything's grounded properly. Everything's secured properly, etc., etc. All the wires are the right gauge for the right amount of electricity that's going through it. It's all just electrical stuff. It has nothing to do with pumps and filters and hoses and gaskets and O-rings and leaking water. None of that has to do with UL listing. So there you go. There's your little free information for today. So thanks for watching this one. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget, I do a live stream every Friday night and Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching this one.